Welcome to Entrepreneurship Development Vertical course Startup Formation and Scalability. The Unit 3, the topic funding. We understand in the startup journey, funding plays major role. Initially with seed funding, ending with venture capitalist. Initial seed funding for prototype development. We have a problem statement. From the problem statement with technology mentoring, we need to make into prototype development. Though we are in the incubator, we need to give the rent for the incubator and other immediate cost. For that, the early stage finance is required. We call that is seed funding. Now, we understand various funding source. First, initially, what is called crowdfunding. Large group of people they are giving small amount of money for new product development or process development. That we'll call crowdfunding. Another one, we anytime we discussed about angel investor. Angel investor, particularly for early stage with the suitable technical as well as business mentorship. So they will travel along with the process or product development. Early stage funding, angel investor. For that return, they are getting equity share based on the individuals. Then venture capitalist after product development while entering into market after suitable scalability, a company with suitable industrial experience they are giving funding venture capitalist. They will understand the market potential of the product, then they will go for funding. They have four major stages. We discussed many times. First stage, they understand the product. They are giving funding for scalability. Second stage, they are giving funding for product quality development. Third stage, they are going for further progress in the product, depends on the customer feedback. Fourth stage, they are crossing the break even and getting more profit. So in this connection, while venture capitalists, they will give mentorings for pricing strategy also. Last class, we discussed many things about the pricing strategy. Then business loan. The company is getting stable. Now we are getting loan from the bank. Many SME getting loan from the suitable commercial bank with low interest. Sometime government of Tamil Nadu, government of India giving suitable subsidy for the product or new process development. Many incubator they are having various funding schemes. They are connected with Tamil Nadu government like state government schemes as well as central government schemes. Now, why funding? Funding is typical fuel for product or process development. The owner of the company will not spend much money because in the startup journey, in the early stage, investor, inventor are in the early stage. The early stage, they don't have suitable money. They identified a problem with that identification with the suitable technology based mentoring. They are providing, they are producing the prototype. With that prototype, again with the business mentoring, with suitable technology mentoring, we are going for product development. For the travel, we need different source of funding. In this long journey, initially seed funding, then immediately angel investor. After product development and process development, we are going for scalability. They are going for investment that we call venture capitalist. That is, depends on the nature. Initially, sometime funding from the relative or from friends also. So major early stage funding depends on their MVP, minimum viable product. Then they understand the team strength of the company. First, understand the product, then market potential, then the most viable product, minimum viable product, the quality of the product depends on that. Angel investor will come for funding. If it is grant, we don't want a repayment. The grant for the interest of startup, the startup will grow, they will come for enterprises. Based on that, they will solve the real problem in the society. Once again return back in the money for stability of the company. Again they will give employment for many people. With that motive, they are giving complete grant from the state government side, central government side. Sometime management of the institution is ready to give funding. Now we have seed funding. First, official seed funding from the external source based on the minimum viable product. It depends on the product type. The initial funding start from sometime 1 lakh. For most of the incubator, they will start from 10 lakhs to 2 crores. Return back seed funding, they will get equity. Equity depends on the contribution of the incubator. The incubator is giving funding alone. That means they will get equity 2 to 3. Sometime incubator they will provide space for the product development. Not only space, they will give you a mentorship, technical mentorship. Then even for product scale up, they will give commercial mentorship also they are giving. For that business mentorship, they won't charge because they are getting suitable equity. That time they will fix the equity 8 to 12 percentage. 1 to 1 it will vary, depends on the discussion. In the agreement they will mention 3 percentage equity. After scaling, they will, many key characters are based on the equity base. Early stage startup, angel investor will travel along the product development or process development. Then they will go for higher level of equity. There is a major risk in the investor. That's why they will understand the potential startup. They will provide a investment, provide funding based on the product or process. That's why VC funding they are dividing into four major stages. They understand the product, depends on the customer taste and the potential, they will come for funding. Now we have angel investor. Angel investor in general they are individuals. They will fund starting initially 5 to 50 lakhs. This is depends on the product or process development. They will support technology based mentorship as well as product development. Then, if it is a grant from the government or NGO or academic institution, you don't want to repay for the benefit of the startup. They want return in terms of only the product development progress as well as what are the benefit the people are getting. This report is enough for the government and academic or NGOs. Particularly MSME investment, if they are giving for student product development, they are giving 100% as a grant. If they are alumni or from the public, the inventor may give 15 to 25 percentage contribution of the product total cost. The product total cost is 25 lakhs means the investor contribution around 15 to 25 percentage. Remaining portion government of India will contribute. This is MSME based. Sometime Department of Science and Technology giving funding for product or new process development. BIRAC funding also available for biotechnology based product development. Now we have a venture capitalist. They are professionals, wide experience they have. For scalability, already I discussed about this. Early stage angel investor, later stage venture capitalist. We have a venture capitalist with a huge amount of funding after scaling. They understand market potential. Depends on the market potential, they'll come for scalability as well as how to penetrate into the market. They will give idea how can we scale up with high quality with low pricing. Initially startup for penetration, we will give high quality with low price, then only you'll catch the market. That time venture capitalists support for product development with suitable quality. Now here, large market we can get through this venture capitalist. This is the major advantage. Venture capital will support for scalability. Venture capitalists will support for product quality development. They will support for productivity. With that, we can easily penetrate into the market. Based on that, the company growth will be very fast. Based on that, revenue also good. So understanding the break even point, the venture capitalist immediately they will release funding with four different stages. First stage for scalability, second stage for product development with suitable quality, third stage getting feedback from the customer, stability of the company, fourth stage after crossing the break even, how can we get maximum profit? These are the major stages of venture capitalist. Now, important funding is crowdfunding. We already discussed what is crowdfunding. Getting small amount of money for new product development or process development with suitable funding from large group. Small amount from large group for new product development or process development. Returned back by means of share, equity, reward based, sometime donation also. Now, the inventor is very much interested to take one specific problem of the customer in the industry or society. They want to solve the problem inside the society. They understand the problem, then they will come forward to do some prototype. For that, they need funding, sometimes seed funding. If seed funding is good, they will start a prototype. When converting in the product development, the major issue, the startup seed funding is low. They need maximum funding. Angel investor always expecting immediate equity. They are not understanding pain of the startup. The bonding is weak between the startup inventor with the angel investor. That time we will go for crowdfunding. That is depends on the product and cooperation with the incubator. When you are entering into crowdfunding, crowdfunding, that public understand the problem. Depends on the problem, they will give funding. Sometime major they will give donation, they don't want return back anything. You are doing such a nice thing, wonderful thing for betterment of the society, you do it, we don't want any equity, any return, nothing, only benefit of the public. For that they are giving a fund. So small amount from the large group, they are going for funding. Based on that, the product is coming with a suitable quality. For that, the important one, time is the important one. Now, how the investor will come forward to introduce and giving funding. We call elevator pitch. The inventor will give pitching. They will give that product quality. Then what is the specialty of the product? They will give suitable pitching. In the pitch desk, we will introduce the product, who are their co-founder, strength of the co-founder, what is our product, who are our customer, everything they will give in the elevator pitch. Inside, we have a venture capitalist in the boardroom with the inventor, elevated pitch. They will understand market potential of the product. Then they will come forward for funding. Elevated pitch is the important point to sell our product in front of the investor or angel investor. Now, the investor are ready to fund based on the customer potential of the product. Now, in the pitch, which one plays major role? In the pitch, we have product. What is the market potential of the product? Then immediately value proposition of the product. It what time period it will come ready in the market. So these details and data are very important for pitching. The pitching, we need to identify the customer segment who are suitable paying customer. With that customer, we are under giving the product in the price. So one end we understand the customer potential. Another one we have a pricing strategy. With this, we'll go for pitching. Investor is ready for funding. These and all in the lateral stage of the startup. That's why VC venture capitalist is ready for readily coming for funding. Now, in the market, we need to pitch in front of venture capitalist. Then immediately the budgeting is very important. For budgeting, what is the cost of the product? With that cost, what are direct cost, fixed cost, then indirect cost. With that budgeting only, venture capitalists are readily giving fund. So forecast that planning. We have business plan. With that business plan, timely bounded business plan, with that suitable budget, we have cash flow management from the product development to product maturity. Then we are giving into market. With that market, the cash flow management plays major role. The time involved between 2 to 3 years. With that, we have stabilized the market. Based on that, we can fix the pricing. The forecasting the potential of the customer, that is a very important thing. So key content here, first one is the budgeting, then forecasting whether the business will stand a longer duration. If it is withstanding for longer duration, what is the cash flow? These and all required. Usually, VC funding, the investor is requesting 2 to 3 years. What is your cash flow? Everything they will understand. So, what are the key elements of budgeting? In the startup budgeting, we have fixed cost. Fixed cost is related to rent and salary. That is everyone knows. Variable cost depends on the utility, how much product we are going to make, raw material cost, these and all variable cost. Then one time cost, particularly for machinery, particularly for equipment, only one time we are going to purchase. So based on the fixed cost, based on the variable cost, based on the one time cost, we have break even point. Then we'll go for the strategy of pricing, the everything venture capital based give suitable solution. So first estimate what is the cost of the product, then what is our revenue, what is our margin, then what is our future plan after 3 years. This track will give complete information to the venture capitalist. Based on that, they are giving funding, first stage funding, then second stage. These and are the steps involved in the funding. For funding, key element is fixed cost. Then what is the variable cost? We understand the break even point, then we'll go for venture capital funding. We have financial project report. For that, project report plays major role. Project report cover business plan as well as price fixing, as well as we have suitable budgeting. Based on that funding either from the angel investor or venture capitalist, they will come forward towards the funding. With that, we will conclude what are the major factors directly connecting with the funding. With that funding source, how can we develop a startup in the next level? Thank you for your patient listening. Once again, we will work out in the different heading. Thank you.